Komak's the one that really helps the patient directly. It's taking care of their bills. We want to help every patient, and it's extremely important that we get your support.
Komak's there for people in need, people who don't really have anywhere else to turn to.
When your immune system is so compromised and you have to not worry and you have to heal and you have to think positive, that's hard to do when you're financially in trouble.
My name's Jared Couch from Portland, Oregon, born and raised. Initially, I had to have shoulder surgery at the beginning of 2012, and after the surgery I found a lump in my neck. Had to have an ultrasound, scanned it, it said potentially cancerous, moved on to Compass and went through the whole array of tests, and then they found a larger mass in my chest that had probably been there for a while. I was only able to work part-time, so we couldn't afford to stay in our apartment anymore. I had to move in with my grandma. So that was kind of a culture shock too. You know, you go from living on your own to having to live with someone else. Basically, I just had them pay for my rent, my car payment.
How is your health today?
Great, doing real good, a lot better. You know, it's I don't know, it's just something that's always in the back of my mind though. I mean, they'd say that they got that for that particular cancer, they have it dialed in pretty good as far as getting rid of it and even preventing it from happening again. But it's just one of those things that's always in the back of your mind, like what if, you know. I got my hair back, yes, got my hair back, so didn't have that during treatment. And mentally, I guess I just take a different outlook on life now. You know, I don't sweat the little things like I did. You know, I don't get as stressed out over petty stuff.
My name is Bernadette Canez, and I'm originally from Southern California. I was diagnosed February of 2012 with stage 1 breast cancer. I had surgery at the end of March. About a month later started 6 weeks of radiation daily, and then a month's rest of that, and then I started with, I think it was 6 or 7 weeks of chemotherapy. I was just very fatigued and confused, sleep deprived from the steroids, and then forgetfulness with other medication that they gave me, so kind of a mixed basket of just being at odds with myself. I was told I'd be off work 3 to 4 months, and it turned out to be 7 months. And when I did get back to work, my co-worker said, you look like the same old Bernadette, like you haven't even skipped a beat. For me, it was worth it to stay home and not try to work during that time because of the fatigueness. I just couldn't have done it. My parents are deceased, and my brother and sister are in California. My son lives in Eugene. His dad passed when he was 8. He was 23 when this happened, so he would come up and see me for every treatment. But basically I was alone and just dug into my faith in church and reconnected again. I asked for food stamps. I went to apply and they gave me, I think it was $12 a month or $10 a month or something that I qualified for. I didn't have any resources. I was a single mom, you know, from the age of, when he was the age of 2, and so there was never really a savings account to lean on.
How did you find out about Komak?
I believe it was a social worker that came up to me at St. Vincent during a chemo treatment and asked me, you know, what my main worry was, and it was the rent and making all these bills while I was going through treatment and making payment plans with all these different doctors. And paperwork was minimal, if that, and they got things going for me, and next thing you know, they were helping me with the majority of my rent for 3 months in a row, which made the difference. I mean, I didn't have to worry anymore, and I could really concentrate on the stuff that I was going through at that time. I think for a mother, facing the fact that if you don't make it, your only child has to go through this by himself, and that was the first thought that hit me. And I wanted it to be better for him. You know, I think it's people that die, it's easy, end of it, end of story. But it's what you leave behind. And I'm not ready to leave him. I'm back to work. I Went back to work on Halloween. Perfect for a bald head because I wrapped a turban around. And I bought a little glass ball, and I was foretelling people's future with my little Halloween glass. Coming back to work in October was very cold, and I had no hair. So I never owned a hat in my life, but I played with that too. And I had hats with ears and hats with fur and baseball caps and just a big array of hats. So that got me through that. It makes the world of difference when your immune system is so compromised and you have to not worry and you have to heal and you have to think positive. That's hard to do, when you're financially in trouble. Because of what Komak did, I didn't have to worry. I could concentrate on healing, and I couldn't have done it without them.
Lymphoma. So mine was inside my chest, 18 centimeters across, so basically all the way around. So when I first got diagnosed, it took a while because I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was just sick for a little while. I would get shortness of breath. It actually started out with itching, so a lot of itching all over my body, and then bruising, and then I just started to get really tired and lost weight. I started to grow a little bit of a lump right here, which is connected to, I think, the thymus gland. And then when I saw that was a lump, then I actually went in and they were able to see it in an x-ray. Sent me straight to surgery that night. They rushed me in and it made me start doing everything. Began treatment, and that was back in January. It's been about 9 months now. Did chemotherapy, ended in May. And then I went to radiation, and then that ended last month. And then next month I go in and hopefully I'm in remission. Basically, my life, I knew it would be changed completely. Everything was pretty much stopped abruptly, and just kind of piecing together what I would do and how I would get help and how I would be able to go through everything. Not being able to work and feeling like I was kind of helpless, because I'm used to being in charge of my life and being a really independent person. I went through a lot of the treatments alone. I kind of pushed my mom away, and I felt like I'd be able to do everything myself, and then just actually having to reach out and get help from other people, I think, was definitely one of the hardest parts of that. Through the job that I had, I was able to get a little bit of medical aid, so through the insurance agency, so MetLife. But it was definitely not nearly as much as what my bills were. So you guys, the Komak organization helped me out in every other way. They helped me out with my rent, which is very high at the time. Some of my car payments too towards the end, which is also great. I feel better, a lot better than I was. I'm still getting some of the side effects from radiation. So actually last week it kind of hit me hard. Just even talking about it just makes you always think back to how scary things were and how much things change. And my whole life's different now. Everything's different. It's good. Well, Komak's there for people in need, people who don't really have anywhere else to turn to, and it's just another way to feel more comfortable and not worry and be able to focus on your treatments by having that little bit of financial backing. Without having that, it's just be more stress on your shoulders that you have to worry about. So it's definitely an organization that helps out.
My name is Luis Abrego. I'm from El Salvador, Central America, and I came to United States in 1980. On December 2011, I received a diagnosis with colon cancer. What I thought, my first impression when I heard that, colon cancer, I said, this doctor must be crazy, How can I have colon cancer, I've been so healthy. First of all, I went to receive radiation. So that's radiation was for 3 months. Then the tumor came to 10%. With 10% of the tumor, I say it's done. But the doctor told me no way, and he told me something about is we got 100 men with a gun pointing you in this room, and we take 90 away, those 10% are not gonna kill you? I say, yeah, they will kill me. I say, so you had to go through a surgery. So I went through a surgery. It was terrible, big surgery. They removed 18 inches of my large intestine. 18 inches in my large intestine. So after that, I spent 10 days in the hospital. 10 days in the hospital. Months later, I started receiving chemo for 6 months. To be laid in the bed for 8 hours receiving that kind of liquid, I don't know what kind of drug is that, but for 8 hours every 2 weeks, I reject liquid, water, milk, every kind of liquid. I cannot accept it. Sometimes I feeling so bad. My body on pain. When I get released from the hospital, 10 days later, I received some visitors in my house from Komak. They explained me what kind of foundation is this and how they could help me, and actually they helped me in the right moment, because I was recovering for 3 months. For 3 months, no work, just very little money, no money to pay my rent, no money to pay my utility bills, almost nothing, and they came to me like angels from heaven, because they pay my rent, full rent, they pay my utility bill, they pay the hospital payments. It was a bless. I feel pretty good. No more cancer. on those moments and on those times are very clerical times, pretty hard times to go to work. If you don't go to work, how you gonna get money? On those moments when people from Komak come to anybody, it's a blessing. It's a really blessing, because you cannot live in the United States without a job. You cannot, because the rent do not wait, utilities do not wait, food do not wait, nothing wait. So you need somebody to support you. And that is when we need that kind of foundation like Komak. On those times, so terrible times, people had to go through.